Hi, I'm Erik Linask, and I'm coming to you from the TMC newsroom. I'm sitting here with Interactive Intelligence's Joe Staples. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks, Erik.
So we were just talking a little while ago about some of the inefficiencies that we're seeing in so many business processes in general across the various different verticals, almost in any business. Talk to me about some of those.
You know, I think it's been a little bit surprising to us as we've gone into businesses to see how many processes are still done manually. Stacks of file folders, printed paper, items being routed around through interoffice mail, and really kind of how inefficient that can be.
Well, I think we've absolutely all experienced that in various visits to, we talked about insurance companies, doctors' offices, who knows. But there's got to be a way to address those processes, to streamline those, to create a more efficient process. And that's something that you guys at Interactive Intelligence are now looking at addressing with a new product.
Exactly. So the product name is Interaction Process Automation. And essentially what we've done is taken the communication technology that we've built over the last 15 years for things like queuing and routing, screen and call recording, presence management, supervisory monitoring. We've taken all of that technology, instead of just routing communication interactions, such as emails or phone calls, we now route the various steps of a business process. So you brought up the example of an insurance company. So they may process an insurance claim. There are multiple steps involved in that. There are people that are engaged in those various steps. And essentially what IPA, or Interaction Process Automation, does is moves that work through the process, giving you the ability to capture all of the information, to prioritize it, to escalate it, and then to track and report on it, essentially with the ultimate goal of making that process much more efficient.
So I guess the most obvious question, the first question that people are going to ask is, you're a communications company, how do you get into the business process arena?
Yeah, we actually get asked that fairly regularly. You know, this looks on the surface like a departure from what we do, when in reality, we're not starting from scratch. We're taking that proven communication technology and applying it to business process automation. But let me cite one other study that was done by a group called IDG Research, and they asked a question of CIOs and IT leaders about the relationship that they see between unified communications and business process automation. And 87% of the respondents said that they saw where communication technology could either automate the processes completely or be incorporated into business process automation. So clearly that IT group sees a relationship between communications and process automation.
So what you're doing now is taking that business process automation piece and integrating it into your existing communication suite of products.
Yeah, it just runs as another module. We think that's one of the benefits to our customers, is that we have this all-in-one platform that they've leveraged for ACD and outbound dialing and workforce management. This just runs as another application module on top of that all-in-one platform. Same point of administration, no need to buy a completely separate system that doesn't build on top of what they already have.
How easy is it for your clients to use to develop these workflows or business processes that they're automating?
Yeah, that's one of the things that has kind of been the reluctance on the part of companies to automate business processes. Is the traditional companies that have provided business process management suites have come at this with hordes of professional services and big dollar amount for those services. We took a different approach. We built out a graphical design environment where a consultant or that internal IT group can sit down, map out the process, and then use drag and drop tools to build out the process flow, to find what data they want to capture, and really in a pretty straightforward be able to deploy an automated process.
Now, as for identifying processes that need improvement, is that something that you're doing internally with your clients, or do you have third-party resources for that?
Actually, both. So we've got our own consulting group inside that can sit down with a customer and help them look at where they would get the greatest return on investment. We've also contracted with some third parties that's their sole business is process analysis, to be able to look at where those process inefficiencies are, map out what an automated process would look like, and then have us come in with a product like IPA and actually do the process automation.
So what's the real benefit here for clients? Is it really cost savings, or is it as they're looking to grow, they're able to do that?
You know, I think if we looked at a summary benefit, it really comes down to being able to do more with less. And sometimes that sounds like a little bit of a trite phrase, but the reality is these manual processes are just filled with latency, with human error. They're inefficient by nature. They're inconsistent each time the process gets performed. And so by automating it, you squeeze out all of the costs of those things. So essentially you're able to go back to our insurance claim example, a claim process that used to take 3 weeks now takes 1 week. And because you've taken the inefficiencies out of it, those companies are able to process more work with the same amount of people.
When are you looking at releasing this to the general audience?
So general availability is slated for Q4 of 2009. At IT Expo, we'll be showcasing it there as well.
Fantastic. I look forward to seeing that. Does this at all expand the breadth of your target audience?
Yeah, definitely. You know, the majority of our revenue still comes from the contact center. We also sell a lot into enterprise communications for messaging and IP PBX functionality. But this branches out well beyond that. This really, if you look at any business, either a vertical business or just horizontal processes across any business, this really could touch any and all parts of the organization. So for us, we're talking to higher level individuals inside the business. Typically this is a CIO level getting involved with looking at, okay, how can I improve the efficiency inside the organization? That's kind of the mandate that they go under, and this is a product that can help them.
In terms of individual customers, how customizable is it? Or are you targeting specific verticals with different types or different setups of the solution?
So we believe that it has applicability across the board, across horizontal processes, things like employee onboarding or return material authorization, lead processing and management. But then there are also specific verticals that are have processes that have a lot of steps and are very people intensive. So things like insurance, healthcare, financial services, those will be some of the key verticals that we zero in on as well.
Good. Where can people go to find more information?
So our main website is inin.com, and for this it's inin.com/IPA.
Definitely check out inin.com/IPA, or come talk to Joe and the rest of his staff at IT Expo in Los Angeles this fall. Joe, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. This is Erik Linask coming to you from the TMC Newsroom.